all of the internet. Why did I just do that? I don't know. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about guys versus girls, friendship-wise. Now the reason that I've been thinking about this recently is due to the fact that I've been to 2 high schools in my life. One of them was in Essex, and it was a guy's school before I joined, and then the year I joined they were just starting to let in girls. So in my year there was normally about 8 to 10 girls in the year versus something like 54 plus boys. So as you can imagine, a lot of the time I'd be hanging out with guys. Whereas at my new school here in Cardiff, the main school is a girls' school, and then the college just started letting in guys. So like I've had 2 completely opposite experiences and my whole entire time in high school. And I've noticed like so many differences in having primarily a bunch of guy friends and then primarily a bunch of girl friends. Now, one other good thing about having guy friends is the fact that you can pretty much dress exactly how the fuck you want and they're not gonna care unless you fancy them, in which case don't look shit. Another thing that I loved about having mostly guy friends was the fact that there's barely ever any drama. I mean, men normally get their man period, once a month for like a few days, but apart from that, there's like no drama with guys. You can have all the bants you want, just say what you want to them, they don't care, and there's no bitching, there's no anything dramatic really. Yes, Rosie, dramatic, good word. English A-level student, right here. Oh god. Another good thing about having guy friends is it kind of makes you tougher and stops you from being such a wimp. Yeah, that was something that was probably good for me, but on the flip side, when you look at it, you need to learn to be able to talk about your feelings, which is where the good things about girls comes into the video. Now the good thing about having friends who are girls is that you can talk about emotions, and that's the thing about having loads of guy friends. In my old school, I've already mentioned this, there was just so many guys in relation to girls, which meant that, I only actually had like 2 or 3 really close friends who were girls, and because there were so many guys around us, we all just kind of became lads. So you couldn't talk about feelings to really anyone, and that's not healthy. And when I moved to Cardiff, I realised that when I made friends with girls, you do need to talk about your feelings, otherwise you just keep it all bottled up and you become insane and crazy and you just break down on the floor and start crying and it's all dramatic and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, the bad things about guys, they can be very moody and angry and aggressive, and, as I said before, you do just have to back off a bit and leave them to it and not take it personally, because just like us girls, they don't mean what they're saying, and if they do, then you just shouldn't be their friend because they're probably a massive dickhead. And the second slightly annoying thing about having loads of guy friends is you don't have any affectionate sort of love. I mean, you might be really close to a guy and, you might want to be able to talk about feelings and stuff, but it never really quite works like that, because once you get all into the emotional side of things, it could just end up with one of you liking the other and then the whole, friendship zone thing, and that's just a bit rubbish really. So you never want to have that. And another thing about guys and affection is you can't really have a nice little cuddle or cooch with them without it leading on to something, friendship zone, you get the picture. Having been around guys for the majority of my high school life, I wasn't used to girls like this at all. Here's an example. Girls can get very excited and fangirly over a lot of things when they're in big groups and they all like the same thing, and say if, I don't know, they're Beliebers and Justin Bieber has just released a new album or something, they do tend to, show their excitement in very interesting ways. For example, on my first few days in Howells, I'd just be casually strolling down the corridor, airy-fairy looking around as usual, not got a clue what's going on around me, just trying to get to my next lesson really, and I'd be all happily in my own world when a bunch of girls would just burst into an explosion of squeals and laughter and cries of "oh my god," and to be quite frank, that would send me, hurling to the floor thinking there'd been an explosion or something, trying to save myself, because I wasn't used to those explosions of excitement that girls just have when they're excited about something. And, kind of gotten used to it now, because I get excited about things too. But When I first moved here, oh my god, it got to me so much. And the second thing I can think of, girls tend to be a lot bitchier than guys, and I don't know why that is, we just are. And there's a lot of secret talking behind each other's backs, and you know, not so much now that we're older, but it's just that whole idea of secrecy and, you know, not really telling each other when we have a problem and trying to sort it out like in a calm way. We just tend to bitch about it, and then if people find out, all the drama, yeah, that's not a good thing. And another bad thing we do is we tend to compare ourselves to each other, and that's probably the worst thing that I can think of that girls do. Like, even I do it, but like, I recognise when I'm doing it, and then it annoys me because I know it's a bad thing. But say we'll be, I don't know, sitting in school and one of your friends walks in looking all slim in this nice new outfit, and you just look over and you think, oh, bitch, I wish I was like that, you know? And then that makes you feel bad. But, you know, you shouldn't have to feel like that. I think that's something bad that girls do, and I think you have to learn to grow out of it as you get older. But, you know, I think for young girls it's a real big problem that you look around you and all you can see is the good in others compared to the bad in you, whereas what we should be seeing is we're all beautiful and we're all different. So those are my rosy words of wisdom for today. I suppose that's all I really got to say about this topic. In my opinion, I think that equally is important to make sure you have a healthy mixture of both and not an overflowing bunch of one. Girls versus guys, pfft, we're all amazing. That was cheesy. That was very cheesy. Can you tell I've had a cold recently because my voice is down low like a man? Yes, I have turned into a man. Okay guys, I think I've literally ran out of clothes to try on, so I'm gonna go now. But until I next see you, I hope you have the most wonderful, fantastic, healthily balanced between boys and girls life that you could ever have and ever dream of. I'm getting overexcited. Bye guys. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Oh, that was unnecessarily provocative, Rosie. What are you doing? Oh dear, what is my life?